So here's Sahih al-Bukhari, 5133. Narrated Aisha that the Prophet wrote the marriage contract with her when she was 6 years old, and he consummated his marriage when she was 9 years old, and then she remained with him for 9 years, i.e. till his death. So you have the whole contract, you have the whole sort of timeline here, 6 years old, then she was 9 years old, and then she remained with him for 9 years. All right, let's go to the next one. Sahih Muslim 3481. It was narrated from Aisha that the Prophet married her when she was 7 years old, and she was taken to him as a bride when she was 9 years old, and she took her dolls with her. He died when she was 18 years old. So notice here we have a timeline again. There's an interesting little part right there. She took her dolls with her. She took her dolls with her. Now there's a problem there because in Islam, we're not supposed to play with dolls.
Right, because they resemble like idols and
yeah,
things
they're
like
images.
That.
So people aren't supposed to play with dolls. So what's going on? You can't have images. All right, let's go to the next source. Maybe we'll be able to make sense of that here sometime later. Sahih al-Bukhari 6130. Narrated Aisha, I used to play with dolls in the presence of the Prophet, and my girlfriends also used to play with me. When Allah's messenger used to enter my dwelling place, they used to hide themselves, but the Prophet would call them to join and play with me. And then we have, in parentheses, playing with dolls and similar images is forbidden. But it was allowed for Aisha at that time, as she was a little girl, not yet reached the age of puberty.
Yeah.
So notice what they're saying here. They're saying, yes, playing with dolls is forbidden, unless it's for a prepubescent girl. Then we don't apply it to her, right? She hasn't reached the age when we're going to hold her accountable. So prepubescent girls could still play with dolls. Once you've reached puberty, then dolls are taken away. You can no longer play with dolls. So now we understand in Sahih Muslim, when Aisha wants to point out that when she's taken to Muhammad's house so that he could consummate the marriage with her, when she says, and I brought my dolls with me, right, she's still playing with dolls, meaning she's still prepubescent. She hadn't reached puberty. So anyway, this is something that bothers a lot of people in the world.
As they should.
Yeah, because we picture a man who was over 50 years old at the time climbing on top of a girl who hadn't reached puberty, too young for a bra, playing with dolls, was playing on a swing when they went together, and him climbing on top of her and completely stealing her innocence.